Welcome back to 100 Days of 6-Minute Stories. My name is Andrea Kwanya. Now, if I'm going to be particularly honest, I would have to admit that running and track and field actually is not my favorite sport. Yes, I grew up with it in my family, and I have a lot of great fond memories with this activity. But we say that our sport is your sport's punishment for a reason. It's a bit of a masochistic venture. When I was younger, I think I remember having a lot of friends and even my siblings who were very passionate about different activities. So for my brother, it was soccer, for my twin sister, it was gymnastics, and for my friends, it was skiing and skating, snowboarding, etc. And so a lot of those sports and activities were very technical, so they had to learn them very young. And these people were not only fans of this sport, but they were part of the larger community. I don't think I felt that way about anything because, if I'm going to be even more honest, I was a little bit of a lazy child. We had a trampoline in the backyard, and I think I spent more time sleeping in the sun or reading a book on it than bouncing, actually. So it wasn't until I was 24 when I had a friend and a colleague that I worked with that introduced me to Muay Thai kickboxing. I didn't know much about it. I know about boxing, but she has a partner and his brother who were trainers at a local gym in Ithaca, and she invited me to take a free lesson. When I went to the gym and I saw people sparring on the mat, it was over for me. I was already deeply infatuated. There's something about being a runner where, we are supposed to train our arms. I often neglect them because I was confident in my leg strength, but for a sport where you're not primarily focused on your arms and seeing someone have the ability to have such precise strikes, to have such intense focus and balance, and the ability to manage most of their space with great speed was so fascinating to me, and I immediately knew that I wanted to be part of the Muay Thai world. So all of this was very ironic because growing up, my parents did try to get all of us into martial arts. My dad took us to karate classes in the summer in Poughkeepsie. So we all showed up in our brand new white gis, and we were taught the ways of karate, and I really did struggle with it. I've thought about this a lot, and I think there's this notion of when you're a child and you come from a very disciplined family where the expectation is to be on your best behavior and to have and to follow rules, that going to a place where that is also part of the whole mantra, that it can be hard to appreciate that. Needless to say, we didn't stay in karate for long. We were there for maybe a month. But when I got to Muay Thai, I think that having that foundation was priceless. Yes, growing up in a strict family, you have the structure and the responsibility, but when you go out into the world on your own as an adult, you sometimes lose that. You have to cook for yourself, figure out bills, figure out where to live, learn what your daily processes and routine. So martial arts as an adult is a great way to be reintroduced to the idea that routines help to create and sort of build a structure for your potential growth. I remember when I first left Ithaca, I moved to Long Island, and I was going into my first full-time job. And one of the first things I did was research where to find a Muay Thai gym. Now the gym that I found was maybe 1.5 miles from my work and 7 miles from my house, and I didn't have a car, so it was a lot of balancing how I was going to navigate getting there. But the honest answer is that I didn't care. I was going to do anything that it took for me to get to class, because there was this unspoken expectation that not only for the respect of your classmates and your instructor, but for yourself, that you were going to make it to class in order to improve, that there were no excuses. So in the winter, in the dead of winter in Long Island, I would get on my little bike, which only had a small night lamp in the front and in the back. And on icy days, I would walk my bike on the side of the road just to make sure that I got to class after work. Sometimes I would be the only woman there, and I wasn't the most skilled at that point yet, but it gave me so much energy. And if you have met me, you'll know that I think I can say that I'm deeply a pacifist. I don't really condone violence, and I do not enjoy violence, but there's something about a sport that has the potential to be deadly, but in the right hands with the right people, that it is a mutual push and pull of respect, where you understand that your partner knows how to protect themselves, ultimately protecting you, and vice versa. Now, right now, I am without a gym, but I'm still so excited to continue training and knowing that Muay Thai is a sport that is going to be waiting for me, that I can continue to improve wherever I am. And it's just really exciting and fulfilling to finally understand that excitement and passion that other people felt when they were thinking about sports that gave them inspiration. That's it from me. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks.